guys, I would like to share with you all a little story about poetic justice. Poetic justice. It was awesome. It's happened twice now. Twice. First time, small story. My job is seasonal, the one I'm at now. So one summer I worked at a halfway house and we gave hot dogs and, like chips and beer to a bunch of country clubbers. Not homeless degenerates, country clubbers. That kind of halfway house. Halfway house on the golf course. And, yeah. I know. I told somebody I worked at a halfway house once and I was like serving up booze and they were like, what kind of halfway house is it? I was like, it's in the middle of 3 holes on a golf course. Get over yourself, okay? Do-gooder, get over yourself. And it was kind of horrifying because I was like 27 and I was serving up hot dogs to a bunch of rich folk who was given like $250 to their caddy, and then who was 16, and then telling me to put $1 on for myself for that hot dog. It's like, $1? Gee willikers, I'm gonna put it in the bank. Like, yeah, no, like, thanks, dude. And one guy was like, are you in school? And I was like, no, I have my BFA. Do you want a hot dog? That's how I felt pretty much every day of my life. It was sucky. It was just a summer, though. But then we all got fired. Wah, wah, wah. I was working with an alkie who was drinking the Belvedere like water. She didn't think anyone would notice. We went through like 50 bottles of Belvedere in a month. Hello. And we only sold about a bottle's worth. Whoops. I'm not going to lie. I partook a little bit, but I was always a little bit nervous. But then, like, every time, like, I found out the caddies were making, like, $250 and I was getting, like, $1, I was like, this is for the man! And then I was like, oh, this is how problems start. Whoa, I'm going to stop. So we get fired, but a friend of mine, all of us got fired. There was, like, cigarette money missing, cigarettes missing. It was, like, a whole debacle. Like, she really stuck it to the man. It was pretty awesome. I was like, yeah. I know we don't have a job anymore. Yeah, what are you going to do? I got another one. So, my friend, she ended up taking pictures at the club, and there was this one member who also got us fired, who was just a butthead. Like, he was just always mean, and just always, like, he'd come in, and, like, every little thing we did, he'd have, like, a little comment for, and it was just, like, he was a douchebag. There I said it. He was a big butthead, and I hated him. Well, he's trying to get, it sounds like he's trying to get her fired from this, like, photography thing that she's doing at the club. Like, she takes pictures of all the members. And so he took that away and had like some guy in the the men's locker room just taking pictures up against the wall. Well, because this guy isn't a photographer, the pictures suck. And the guy that got us fired, his picture, we were going through all the pictures of the ones that the locker room guys taken. His is blurry. And I was like, poetic justice, yes! Because he's, took away this job from my friend. His picture sucks. And now it's like on a wall of fame, and it's like everybody's pictures, oh, yikes, like that's how bad it is, it's like horrific. Well, recently, I had another moment of poetic justice, me personally, and I'm evil. Like, I think I need to get some help. Because and I'm not talking like you're driving and somebody cuts you off and you're like, I hope your coffee you bought an hour ago that's no longer hot, of course, spills all over your lap and everyone thinks you had diarrhea on the front. I'm not talking that kind of, I'm like, no. I'm talking like I wanted to mess up a 12-year-old's life. Like, whoa. Like, come to Jesus, save me, calm down, okay? So I am school photographer, click, that's right. That's right. And in the beginning of the year, like September, October, it's usually like hell month for us. Like long days, usually no air conditioning, usually no lunch breaks because, teachers get them, but not the guests of the school. That's just how it is. Like, yeah, because they think about others. That's what they do. And it's been very stressful. In the beginning of the year, we were doing instant ID. So we bring a little machine, and we'll take a picture, we print it out, and like always something happens. Always something happens. So I'm at the school. And we're getting the kids down by gym period, which means we're there like all day long. And we'll have like a little break, but then we're shooting again. A little break, we'll shoot again, whatever. So these kids are in my line, and I always take the kids like a lot closer, because then they see what's going on, and then it's like a conveyor belt of kids, and it like in, out, go, get out of my face, here's your ID. Like big, fast, that's how I roll. I'm efficient as hell, okay? So I'm taking the pictures, and this kid, he's not listening to me. And I'm like, okay, honey, come a little bit closer. I call all the kids like little names like hot stuff, toots, sexually harassed. That's how I roll. And I'm just like, okay, kids, honey bun, come on closer. And I'm like, get closer, please. And he's like way back. And finally, like I have him move up, And then he's just making like little comments. Like everything I say, he's got a little comment for me. And they're not like, some kids, mess with you as much as you mess with them. And I love those kids. Like we're like, dude, coolest kid ever. And like I actually really do like children, believe it or not. Like I'm a fan of the kids, even like the middle schoolers, because they're so awkward and I love it. It's awesome. And I just want to be like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It might take about 20 years, but it's gonna be okay. You know what I mean? So this kid is just giving me all this like lip and like just being a dick. Like he's a dick kid. And like there's certain kids like you look at and you're like, okay, I get it, probably a rough home life, I feel bad for them, blah, blah, blah. But then there's other kids, you're like, you're just an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, you asshole. So this kid's just being a butthead. And finally, like, it takes a picture, and he's just like, and I have to, like, pose the kids. So I have to, like, go up to them, boom. So I have to touch the children. That's what I have to do for my work. I have to touch children for a living. And, like, some kids will just be like, ow, ow, and I'm just like, funny, I did this to the kindergartner, and they didn't say anything, wimp. I just want to be like, listen, pussy, like, shut up, but I don't say that, only in my head. So this kid's just, like, just driving me crazy. And he, like, leaves, take a bunch of kids' pictures, and then I realize all the 20 kids after this kid, all the IDs are wrong. So I got to reprint all of them. So then the mom helpers are like, oh, I'm sorry. Are you not working? Like almost making it like I'm not doing my job. I'm just like, I have to fix this and then I can get on with the chlorophyll, okay, lady? Like, come on. So I'm going through and I realize that jerk kid was the last kid whose card looks decent. And that's when I realized, I know this jerk kid. No, his father, who's also an asshole. He was my old boss at a job once long ago who royally effed Amy over. Like, royally. Like, I was unemployed for 9 months because of this man. And he made it so that I quit because they, like, kind of pushed me out because it was a little boys club and I have a vagina. Whoops-a-daisy. I was working in the wrong place. And because I quit, I couldn't get unemployment. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of this man at all. And I so wish I could say, like, his name and everything, but I don't want a lawsuit. So, we have, like, this ID thing, right? And I could, like, put the kid's name, and I can, like, type things in there, and all of a sudden I'm like, I want to write, your daddy's a big liar and cheats on your mommy. What? Yes! And I'm sitting there, I'm like, no, yes! And it was almost like the devil and the angel on my shoulder, like, I could ruin this kid's life. And then I was like, no, you are a better person. You are going to rise above. You are going to rise above. But then I'm like, his parents, they bank at Chase. My best friend works at Chase. We can go into the computer. We can delete Home Depot off a $100 purchase, put Sleazy Hotel on the corner, used by the father's name. We can do this. We can do that. And all of a sudden I'm sitting there and I'm like, I can feel myself becoming more and more evil. And that's when I was like, hold the phone. Like I had to like step away from the crazy because it was like freaking me out a little bit. And I was like, I am not this person. I am a good person. So I didn't write anything on the kid's ID. I really wanted to. And I even called up my best friend. I was like, what can we do? And he's like, Amy, we can't do anything. Like, hello, come on. Get your head out of the craziness. And I was like, darn it. So now I'm just thinking about writing like the greatest screenplay ever where someone gets like the ultimate revenge and it's just like, psh, and it goes deeper than just a blurry photograph. It's like, I will ruin your life just as much as you ruined mine. Because I have a lot of debt because of this man, you know what I mean? Like, a lot. And I've always had like really crappy jobs, like, you know, not serving up hot dogs at a halfway house was, you know, crappy enough. Like, I was a wench at medieval times. I used to drive trolleys downtown in the heat, give sightseeing tours, you know, driving with my knees. They're safe, y'all. They're very safe. You know, I take pictures of children now. Like, I've always had, like, really crazy jobs, you know? But I'm like, I think, like, what I'm destined for, you guys, is, like, not to be evil, because I actually have a conscience. Thank God I do, because, like, seriously, can you imagine, like, how fired would I have been? OMG. Like, how would that even be handled? I think the police would have gotten involved. Whoa. But at the same time, I think it would have been majestic. Like, in my head, I'm like, that would have been amazing. But yeah, you know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and I'm happy to know that I at least have a soul. So I thank you. And you